Euro dollar, the major dollar pairs, and of course gold. We're going to discuss them all. So first of all, Euro USD has pushed down lower yesterday with news. As we can see, we got that strong bearish momentum in towards downside. Now this is all just part still of this leg down. To be honest, I was looking for a long here on Euro USD, but again, you can also watch yesterday's video back. We did not see a nice 4-hour candle close above this 4-hour fractal high, indicating that it was more just a liquidity sweep instead of really bullish momentum in towards the highs. I was expecting bullish momentum, therefore I did take a loss, but it is what it is. Now for today, what I'm waiting for is to understand if we're going to see a deeper pullback in towards the upside or if we're going to see further bearish momentum. Overall, if we look at the 4-hour swing at the moment, after this 4-hour BOS, we have not yet seen a pullback. This one candle over here is not a pullback. Therefore, the 0.5 perfectly aligns with this area of supply over here. And this is the perfect liquidity high, which I would like to get seen taken out and then to trade further downside on euro dollar. Those are the high probability sells in my opinion. So I would like to wait for that before taking any further sells. For the rest, today what I'll be looking at is, okay, maybe the bearish momentum is that strong that we're just building liquidity above these highs over here inside this range. We take out the liquidity, we move in towards that 1-hour area of supply, and then if the bearish momentum is that strong, we could already continue with this 1-hour trend over here, right? So the 1-hour trend overall, just like this. So that's option 2 if the bearish momentum is more high. Not looking for shorts here just yet at the moment, not well priced, but those are pretty much the 2 options. Either sell from this first supply zone on the 1-hour as well, if the 1-hour momentum does kick in here, and the 15 as well, or we just wait here on the 4-hour time frame for the higher probability setup from this higher area of supply. Quickly going into the daily, that higher up area of supply would be higher probability, as it is also a daily area of supply. This high over here is your daily fractal high, so it would make sense for us to push like this. This is why I love daily fractal structure, because it is so unbelievably strong. As you can see over here, another daily fractal break, and pretty much as we've moved into this entire buy up before the sell here on daily, you can very clearly see we wick in towards it, and then from there we push down lower. Obviously we can refine it to the most recent individual imbalance candle, and guys, if you want to know what an imbalance candle is, use the 50% body candle indicator, and then you see it perfectly aligns with the 0.5 fib. So that would be higher probability to look for a short. Obviously we could already start selling off, but then I would wait for that 1-hour setup to form from this area of supply over here. So that's what I'm looking for on EURUSD. For the rest, yeah, what can we say? Just quickly go back into the daily. We can see that we're inside daily demand. If this demand zone fails, and obviously we are pretty much seeing some downside momentum here on the daily, and again, if we do get an entry here, it could be that euro dollar will push all the way back down in towards around 1.08, let's say 4. This daily area of demand over here. Just keep that in mind. So you could swing it down lower. Just keep in mind as well on the other side that the overall bullish momentum is still here with the structure. Okay. So just keep it in mind that the bullish structure is still there. Shorts are getting worse and worse priced, but again, if the daily fractal structure remains bearish and the daily fractal structure is from this high to this low, then I am still interested in taking those shorts. So let's go on to the dollar index. And sorry guys, I'm a little bit sick today. That's why my voice is so screwed. Looking here at the daily, if we break this supply zone, then definitely 102,500 is what I'll be looking at next. So we reacted to this lower area of demand over here. We broke structure over here, so it would make sense now, because if this supply zone was really that strong, we should have broken this structural low and then pulled back and continued further down. So I'm looking for further bullishness on the dollar index for this week here on the daily time frame. Quickly go into the 4-hour. 4-hour also saw a trend shift, so then again it would make sense for us now to start breaking the highs and continuing up higher. Just purely focusing on the daily, you guys know what my next target is, this area of supply over here, and if we move up even higher, this supply zone over here, before really seeing any genuine pullbacks. So that's what I'm looking for on the dollar. Now going to Aussie dollar, you guys know the drill. Aussie dollar did end up pushing up higher. So my bias yesterday on euro dollar was maybe not that correct, but what we did see was that Of course, we did swipe the high, so obviously I did warn you, but my overall trade itself on EURUSD was a loss. Now, I'm just being transparent, by the way, I don't really care, but this area of daily demand has now pushed price up higher. So what I'm now looking at, obviously, is for us to push in towards this supply zone and then continue down lower with that daily fractal structure. Fractal structure, guys, is just structure here on individual candlesticks. So what I understand is that this is my daily fractal high. As long as the blue line holds, I am looking for a short. So this is my daily fractal range. So then again, as you can see, we're pretty much pulling back in towards that 0.5 fib. Obviously, we can take the entire buy before the sell as supply. But then again, the highest probability and the highest refinement will always come back to this individual candlestick. So that's the high probability trade. So the daily still looking good to push us down lower potentially. For the rest, the daily is just ranging, as we can see over here. It's just one big range here on Aussie dollar already all year long. So already since last year, actually. So what I'm just looking at is to trade that range, and I still see some further downside potential here on Aussie dollar from this area of supply. So what I'll then do is I'll go into the 4-hour time frame, and you can see how strong the pattern was, guys. Obviously, it was delayed a little bit by the news, but again, remember what I mentioned in yesterday's video, and you can watch it back. Overextended move down, descending correction, boom, shoots up. I said 70% of the time it works, and yeah, as you can see, it did in fact work. So what we're now seeing is we're coming back in towards this overall order flow supply zone. If we refine it, then this is obviously the highest probability supply zone. So I'll be trading with the 4-hour bullish momentum further upwards here on Aussie dollar until looking for any short. Now I see we can adjust the fib to this low, and then you actually do indeed see that we pretty much exactly tapped that 0.5 fib. So it's getting riskier and riskier for any longs, but then again, I am keeping an eye on what the overall 4-hour order flow is doing, and if we keep an eye on the 4-hour order flow, then it is still good to look for longs inside here if we do see a pullback today and trade it up in towards this supply zone before looking for any shorts. So that is my game plan on Aussie dollar. Go into the 15, and then you'll also see that we broke structure, and yeah, let's see if we can continue with that bullish momentum further in towards the upside on AUDUSD. That is what I'm looking for now. So going onwards into pound dollar itself, quickly going back into the daily, is still fractal bearish. So then again, this is why I love that fractal structure, because if we just look at the entire buy up before the sell-off, then again, what you can see is we tapped in towards this buy before the sell, we tap in and we move back down again. So the daily fractal structure is still bearish, so it's still good to look for shorts until this blue line over here is broken. So yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. As well, the 4-hour here has a nice bearish swing leg, which it's now forming. So after here breaking the lows, it would make sense still for pound dollar to continue down lower as long as that structure holds. So what I'm pretty much just waiting for is to see and understand how are we going to react to the overall supply chain, which we have over here. So where is supply? Supply is inside of these wicks. Let me just show you. So inside of these wicks over here, for example, that is where supply lies. We also have supply inside of these wicks over here. Not as strong, of course. So what I'm looking at is just to see, okay, are we going to move further down from these areas of supply, or are we going to come back up higher, moving towards this supply zone over here, or even this supply zone over here? There are still a lot of fresh supply zones open. So I'll just be waiting to see, okay, how do we move in towards these supply zones? Do we get any bearish confirmation in the form of like a change of character? And then I'll look for shorts. Going to NZDUSD. So NZDUSD moved also very, very beautifully yesterday, in the sense that we did in fact see another liquidity grab or slash push down. Overall, very nice descending structure over here. So what I'm now looking at is to see, can we start pushing up higher? For us to push up higher, we do need to start breaking structure over here. See, nice strong 4-hour candle close this morning, and then we have some demand zones over here from where we could look for further upside into this area of supply, which holds my main interest. I'm not very interested in any shorts just yet. This for me is the overall swing that I'm currently looking at. And I would prefer to get one more push up on NZDUSD and then look for those shorts. But then again, if we do start pushing down lower here, I will see if there is a momentum shift. For now, focusing here on structure, we can very clearly see on the 1 hour bearish break, bearish break. This is now your swing high. This is now your swing low. We have strong supply here, big area of consolidation. So if NZDUSD breaks this low, then I'm interested in a short. Otherwise, it will just continue with the overall order flow up higher. Then I'll be looking for longs in towards that upper area of supply on the 4 hour time frame. Okay, so shorts and longs both a possibility, but it will depend on what order flow chooses to do. We're now in a very risky area where both parties can get burnt, both shorts and longers. So I'm just waiting to see, are we going to break this high? Then we look for further upside. Are we going to break this low? Then I'm going to look for further downside. So that's NZDUSD. Going in towards our last pair, which is gold. So gold, yeah, still ranging, still on the way up. Go to the 4 hour. Then again, guys, I'm not going to be really trading this too much. What I just see is that we are now once again in the upper 75% mark, finding resistance here. So I'm just going to be waiting on this pair, not really trading it. Again, yeah, I mean, obviously we are in the upper range, so it does make more sense now to look for a sell once again. I am not really going to be biting for any longs from here. Personally, if we see how strong this area has acted as an area of resistance, only longs from down here for now, only shorts from up here. As you can see on the chart, that is what makes sense. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Wish you all an amazing day. If you have any questions, make sure to join Discord and I will see you there. Thanks.